Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Oz. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. What is today? Is it fucked up Friday or freaked out Friday? What is it? What did we decide on, Shanda?
Freak out.
Freak out Friday. Freak out Friday.
Most importantly, June 19th.
June 19th. And that's Juneteenth, right?
Juneteenth,
Yep.
eve of the solstice. We also have a Mercury retrograde and an eclipse. So
But now my life's ruined. Thank you for pointing
Batten
out
down the
Mercury
hatches.
retrograde.
Does that mean we're in retrograde or we're really screwed or how is that?
Yeah.
don't travel.
Yeah. I
Sleep
used
with
to
3
think that
coffee
was
beans
bullshit,
under your pillow.
Coffee beans.
but it's not.
Yeah, we have a bean for every pillow here at this
There
household.
you go.
I bet you do.
Yes, we do. She just got
Good
an
morning,
order.
chat.
Got an order in. Yeah, good morning, Chad. Hey, Melissa.
Melissa.
Hey, it's Vermont's here with Al Walsky. Al, we got to get you on the show one of these days. Are you willing to come on the show, Al, Melissa? We'd love to have you on there.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get them on here. I mean, why not? They've got things to say, and we will provide the platform. So, anyway, where are we going? Let's start with Jean-Luc Picard's clone here. This and pronounce his name for me again. Will you be so kind as to do that?
The content creator, Rod Slave. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's Rodslov. Is that a Russian bot? Is he a comrade?
I'm sure he's been accused of it.
I'm sure
I've
he
been
has.
following him for about a year. He's a smaller content creator on YouTube, but he's on point. He's very
he
progressive.
seems like he's got the progressive thing going on. I hope it doesn't hurt him. Rodslav. He's talking about media sides with the war criminal. Which one? Anyway, good morning, Pat. Hey, Bill. Let's roll into this Rodslav for a few seconds and see what he's got to say. He's kind of monotone, I think, but I like what he's got to say.
Bolton was releasing a new book about his time at the White House, and he was going to be dropping all these, scandalous details about how terrible Donald Trump is. And most of it, I don't believe any of it, obviously, because John Bolton is a criminal who should be at The Hague and tried and put in jail for the rest of his life for his crimes, starting from the Reagan administration through both the Bush administrations and all the way leading up to the Trump administration. So instead of writing books, this guy should be in jail. But no, instead, we don't have real justice in this country. So we have Chelsea Manning, who served jail just recently was released. But instead of the criminals who actually do the war crimes, we have the people who whistleblow on the war crimes being put in jail. So that's the way America works, because the intelligence community and the military corporations run our government, and they don't want people to talk about ending the wars or releasing to the public any of the war crimes that we are committing. So there you go. Now, John.
That's word. I mean, this guy, he's right on. He's word. I want to point out while I have the main slide up, is this the Mandela effect? These are different heads on different characters, and I don't recognize any of these. I think this Batman, that's not the Batman woman or Batwoman, and the X-File, that's somebody else. That's not Mulder or Scully, and I don't know who the hell that is. So is this the Mandela effect unfolding?
It might be, as now that you know about the Mandela effect, you're going to see it all around you.
Yeah,
but,
Jesus.
I think this is just satire. I think maybe.
Satire. Okay, so
It's not Bacardi rum on the end. I know that.
Oh my God in heaven. Anyway, we just wanted to make a shout out to John Bolton. The war criminal that's being, what do they call that when they
elevated by the left?
Elevated by the left, their reputation and made whole again for all their crimes since this case, Ronald Reagan. I mean, John Bolton, he wanted to blow up every other country in the world and take their shit forever, right?
Still does.
I don't think any of that's changed.
And Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes are promoting this guy as a big deal.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
He goes
entrenched left.
Yeah,
he goes lifting him up. But they were freaking out 4 years ago because oh my God, he is a warmonger.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have a question. I just want to know. It's Friday. How much of the news on Monday did anybody retain? Anybody in the chat? Anybody out there? Are they really playing us that we have no lasting memories, that everything is so quick and fast that we can't remember a year ago, 5 years ago? It's like they can just recreate it, and we'll all just buy it, hook, line, and sinker.
Did you read the shock?
majority do.
Did you read the shock doctrine or anything by Thomas Frank, like Listen Liberal? I mean, that's that sums it up. I mean, we are an entertainment. What are we? Test mice for entertainment info news. Is that what it is? So.
And Fauci, do not fuck with football.
Oh God, don't. Yeah,
That's what's
football.
gonna
We
fuck with
draw the
football.
line at football, for the love of God. Where Donnie's saying we're not going to shut down this economy, lock it down again, no matter what. So who cares if another 120,000 people die? I don't know shit. What?
As long as we have football.
Football, but as long as we have football. I mean, they're not going to have the buffet out there at the football stadium, so they're going to have these hot dogs that are sealed in plastic, and you got to stick a straw in them and suck the meat out. But other than that, God, that's a terrible thing. Ooh, whatever. You got to. That's progress. Anyway. Again, what the hell? Good morning, everybody. Oz's brain wiring is short-circuiting. The smoke's coming out my ears and my ass, so I'm really in trouble today going into the weekend. And by the way, speaking of the weekend, No Joke is out sick tomorrow. How does the show go? How does the show go out sick? Well, Marcus had a jaw replacement. I'm making fun. Marcus had jaw surgery, and I'm assuming it's like for something TMJ or molar or something like that. So he's not available, and Dennis is going to be out of town. So tomorrow we've decided to try and do a show in that slot because we know everybody gets so goddamn bored these days, and we're going to try and entertain. She's got it nailed. I mean, she's got the whole format. We're just going to get in there and blow it away tomorrow, right, Shanda?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know it. We're going to bring it.
Yeah. And that's no nudity on Oz's part, that's for sure. So don't look forward to that,
No,
everybody.
Oz is not allowed to get nude.
Amber? Oh, never mind. Anyway, so let's
members only.
Yeah. So if
Premium content.
Yeah,
Premium
premium
content.
content.
You gotta pay for
Liquid. Al says liquid hot dogs. I mean, I think we're walking liquid hot dogs. We've transgressed from meat sticks and shit bags to walking liquid hot dogs.
that
Thank
like
you,
pink
Al.
slime?
That's I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I can you say how fucked you are? Yeah, you liquid hot dog. Here.
Extra erythromyte.
That's Jesus Christ.
That's what we should call the show tomorrow.
Extra erythromyte? I can't even speak that. Is that the one with the little chunks of cheese in it, or it's spicy? I don't know.
My favorite.
God! Ugh.
Picante.
I think we're making everybody hurl first thing in the morning. So sorry, everybody. Barf
I'm going to have
bags.
a sip of tea now. Tea time.
Okay. Let's move on to one of our favorite presidential candidates from 2020 circus. That's Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. Now, what did we say? This is Kristen Avilas's clip. I think I want to shoot over to David Dole and run that one real quick. Now, David Dole.
Rising did a good one, too.
Yeah, and we're going to get into Rising after that. I just want to run this real quick because this is going to be like a replay. MSNBS, David Dole. He said, let me quote this real quick, if I can read. I can't read. God, I got poop all over my glasses. Where have I been? These are the virtue signalers, not the socialists, not the communists, but the capitalists. These self-righteous dipshits that want to maintain the status quo through symbolic gestures and nothing more. I don't see her wearing a kente cloth. Do you? Or no, there's no kente cloth. Let's see.
She's cornbread. Come on.
Oh, come on, damn it. Let's see what she's got.
GMO cornbread.
And this is Lawrence O'Donnell. Bend over and take it. Is it? Lean forward. Never mind.
You know, Lawrence, I have never, as you probably know, on many, many shows, since I endorsed the vice president on that joyful night in Dallas, I've never commented on this process at all. But let me tell you this, after what I've seen in my state, what I've seen across the country, this is a historic moment, and America must seize on this moment. And I truly believe, as I actually told the vice president last night when I called him, that I think this is a moment to put a woman of color on that ticket. And there are so many incredibly qualified women. But if you want to heal this nation right now, my party, yes, but our nation, this is sure a hell of a way to do it. And that's just what I think after being through this in my state.
I think I'm going to cry.
Through this in my state?
Yeah.
What the holy hell?
Oh, come on. Tell us what you really think.
I thought she was going to cry. I'm such an Amy fan from way back when she helped sign the Dark Act with Pompeo. You know, the love has not stopped. So it's just been an Amy love fest at my house for the past couple of years. How about you guys?
I want to buy stock in staplers because they're going to be starting chucked at her. What do you guys think? I just had this vision of this big foam stapler being thrown up at her on the stage there. I would have paid money to see that. What about you, Shanda? What do you think about Klobuchar?
She said 9 times in 1.5 minutes.
God, we have showrunners that aren't that bad.
I said, let's see how your hair does in a snowstorm, Mr. President.
I love Jilly says Amy's hair didn't pass the Biden smell test.
Oh my God, love it.
I love how she gets a dig in at Warren in this. You know, if as much as I'd love to heal my party, okay, that's a dig at the progressives. Our country needs healed more.
Maybe she's just had some, KK Karen cop at McDonald's.
KK Karen cop.
Well, it's just how many days did it take her to finally step up and admit to herself that she was out of contention? I mean, she was out of contention.
Well, I mean, she's just saving face. Come on,
right,
she's
right.
known. Everybody's known from the beginning. She didn't have a shot in hell.
Well,
I think a lot of this too is her really just trying to play it because she screwed up so badly as a prosecutor.
I disagree. I think that she was top contender for VP until that cop put his knee and killed George Floyd. I think that they were going to. I think, honest to God, they were going to get the glass ceiling thing in there, and because of her experience and how long she's been in and her record, which of course is sucked.
Well, and the fact that she bowed,
She
and helped
bowed.
take Bernie
She
out,
bent
so they
the knee.
owed her. I think
Honest,
that was like payment.
I think that would have been the. I think that's as far as they would have gone, and now they're basically signaling that it's going to be a woman of color. Do you agree with that, Amber?
They were signaling that 6 months ago.
I know. Well, but Bernie's the one that was signaling it straight out of the gate.
Yeah, and Biden copied.
Yeah, Biden copied like his pitiful fucking ads that come on YouTube. Hey, can you help us out? And it's reminiscent of Bernie walking through that park saying, "Hey, you got a minute?" And Biden does it so poorly. It's like a Mick Bernie ad, and it's like, really? And I swear to God, his teeth are going to fly out in that one too. So
I just want him to say himself, "I'm a really nice guy."
I'm a really nice guy.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah, and make sure you flare.
I can't wait.
Flare your nostrils while you're saying it. I'm a really nice guy.
Or you can wear a mask.
Yeah, wear a mask. Yeah, wear it under your nose, asshole.
Wearing masks.
I mean,
Melissa, you're funny. She will be in the cabinet. I agree. She'll be in Biden's cabinet.
What is she? What is she going to do? Sergeant at Arms? What?
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State.
Oh God, that's a
She'd
cringer.
be brilliant at that.
Oh God. That's you. That's a great picture.
Imagine the egg deals that could go through.
Oh my God in heaven.
Imagine what our corporatocracy, idiocracy trade would look like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see what Crystal and Sagar have to say about Amy Klobuchar.
Friday, we have an amazing show for everybody today. What do we have, Crystal?
Indeed, we do. We've got Lisa Bryant. She's the director of a new series on Jeffrey Epstein. We'll talk to her about that. We've got Aaron Mate on. Been a while since we had Aaron, so I'm excited to have him back. He's talking about John Bolton and all his feelings around that. We've got David Sirota on to talk about some new developments with regards to private equity. But we wanted to start with some pretty significant developments here in the presidential race.
Yeah, this caught a lot of people's eyes. Happened late last night on MSNBC with Amy Klobuchar taking herself out of the vice presidential running. Let's take a listen.
But let me tell you this, after what I've seen in my state, what I've seen across the country.
Oh, fuck.
This is a historic moment. And America must seize on this moment.
Seize the day.
And I truly believe, as I actually told the vice president last night when I called him, that I think this is a moment to put a woman of color on that ticket. And there are so many incredibly qualified women. But if you want to heal this nation right now, my party, yes, but our nation, this is sure a hell of a way to do it.
There you go. I mean, some people think that it might be a cynical move, but one of the things that a lot of people on, it's like maybe you weren't.
A cynical
it's
move.
like maybe you just weren't in the contention anymore, and you're like, no, I'm taking myself out of the process. But a lot of people notice that this is also a very subtle dig at Senator Elizabeth Warren. If you don't accept some of her past claims about her own heritage. But Senator Warren is now very much out on an island in terms of her own vice presidential chances. And it looks like, I mean, we know Stacey Abrams has said straight up, I'm not even being considered. I have not even been asked. So the people that we know who've been considered by the vice president's team in terms of open source reporting, Kamala Harris probably most at the top of the list.
Yep.
And then we have Val Demings
Yep.
and then Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta.
Susan Rice as well.
Right.
Has been mentioned on.
All right. Here we go again. Who's it going to be?
I just want to sit. If it is Harris, I just
gonna
want to
be
sit back
Harris.
and watch eat popcorn because they're gonna fight like hell. It's gonna be great,
Well, that's who I'm rooting for.
right?
Well, she's made him the most money. We know
True.
that.
Yeah, I'm
And she fits right in with the cop loving.
Yeah, she's the cop love. Yeah, totally.
you know that
Cop.
brings to,
yeah, I mean that's
restore
gonna
our democracy.
yeah, that's gonna
Private prisons for everyone.
yeah. This is the,
Children in cages.
the heart of our nation. We need to save it and support.
I was
support
that
the
little
cops.
girl.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy. I think that's been made fun of several times. You know,
It's gonna keep
She's
being made
she's
fun
gonna wear the T-shirt up there at her when she takes the oath of office with a Biden T-shirt on. I was a little girl. That's hilarious.
Can we just go back and play clips from the debates the whole time?
Oh shit! I mean, that's gonna be insane. I isn't that a song? Anyway, enough of Klobuchar. I mean, get your salad, bring your hair comb. That's it. This one, you brought this in. What is this, Amber? It's captured footage. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. So not to be surprised at all, but so when there was a little girl that was walking home from the store with her dad, I believe, through when the Seattle Police Department started throwing the tear gas at everybody unprovoked for no reason.
Right.
And she was maced in the face also.
I remember that, yeah.
He videotaped it, and so they went and arrested him.
They arrested him for what? Child endangerment?
No, for videotaping.
Is there a law against that? I thought everybody
Yeah.
was recording everything these guys are doing.
Yeah, and no, you'll be harassed, and no, you'll be arrested. You know, I mean, that's happened like 3 times now, I think, just in Seattle. So, I'd like to piggyback this with a report out that says Seattle Police Department have some of the highest salaries in the country. Some of them topping $300,000 a effing year.
For who?
Just saying,
300,000 for not a street.
A lot of Amazon corporate money flowing in straight to them, only for facial recognition and using all their software that gets them, federal oversight panels, and yeah, it's pretty screwed up.
Well, this says he was arrested on suspicion of unlawfully discharging a laser.
Yeah.
Hairstylist denies he. Oh, so this isn't the guy with the kid. This is another.
No, it's the guy who videotaped. So that's the thing. They're so good at surveillance in Seattle since the WTO protests that they not only will track down footage, but they'll track down the person who took the footage if it goes viral. And so this was a situation where it made the police look bad because they did something bad. And he put it out to the public, and this was the retribution on that. They're going back for blood.
So even if there's it's suspected that the officer is committing a crime themselves, you can't record it. Is that what you're saying? Wait a second.
Oh, you can. Just know you'll probably get arrested at some point, or pulled over for some strange reason, or
I think I'd arrest you for not recording a criminal act in
Right?
progress. Right? Are we living in Minority Report here, or what the hell is this?
yeah, no, it is. I mean, it seriously is. They go back over footage. They try and identify everybody. They track down any little thing they can on you. This is just how it's been in Seattle for a long time.
Right. We have so many injustices in Seattle that the Department of Justice has had to come in and oversee what our police force has been doing for years now. And even then, when they handed down, these are the changes that we want and the requirements you guys got to meet, they still didn't fucking meet them. And we had to demand that they do that. You know, the Seattle police, if you haven't seen the documentary Seattle is Dying, go take a look at it. It comes from a right-wing perspective, but it really shows a lot of what's going on downtown Seattle with the police. They will not arrest anybody downtown. I mean, a homeless guy can take a shit right in front of you, in front of Nordstrom's, and they just keep walking. But, you know, don't pull your cell phone out and record them walking by, because now you're going to jail.
I thought taking a shit in front of Nordstrom's was what you're supposed to do.
It happens all the time down there.
I mean, you know, Nordstrom's.
It's not like they'd put a public bathroom anybody could use, so they don't.
Because they might get high in it. You know, we can't have people getting high in the public bathroom, so you just can't have a public bathroom.
Well, this is why I think it was a big mistake when they took out all the public phone booths. I mean, they could have those into outside porta potties. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I mean,
no, there's actually there's a great design out of Portland.
Yeah, I was going to say there is.
That there's one in Ballard now, so.
Yeah.
For an outside porta potty.
There are options. They just choose not to use them. And that's my favorite part of this lockdown, too, is everybody, you know, shutting down the bathrooms and then putting up a porta potty next to it. And your tax-paying dollars are paying for both.
Okay.
Right.
That gives
And this is why Jenny Durkin needs to resign.
Yeah. Jenny Durkin. Now, why is Jenny Durkin in there? Was it just optics? What was it? Is Jenny Durkin gay or what?
No, we had two beautiful progressives that ran against her in the very primary, but you know, she was the neo-lib that they got.
Neo-lib.
Let's not forget that the last mayor of Seattle had to resign because of a sex scandal that had been covered up. For
I
years.
remember. What was that dude's name?
Murray.
Yep.
Murray.
And missing briefcases of documents and you know,
the usual fare.
It was pretty awesome. It was, you know, Seattle does a lot of great things, and we're pushing hard to show the nation amazing things that can be done in spaces, and we have an amazing art community. What's left, who hasn't been driven out to places like Bend, Oregon, and you know,
Bakersfield,
because
California.
of the cost of living here, we're trying to maintain, you know, what is important about a city, which is its vibrant arts and culture. And without that, the city is a hollow shell of existence.
So I'm looking this from a standpoint this is like cultural toxicity at its worst. I mean, we're going from, you know, a society that needs to be improved, and when progress becomes toxic to its own ends, to its own means, then I'm really, is there hope? Is there hope, ladies, for this, or what's going on? What are we going to do about it?
I have hope in the youth. That's really my hope. You know, the ones who aren't sad and stuck home playing video games and afraid to go out, but the ones who are getting up and doing something every day and making this world a better place. And I have to keep pushing for that and supporting that wherever I can. And, you know, I mean, we're not giving up. We'd love to see more happen. We'd love to see the hate stop. You know, the reality is this is trying to stop a race war that has been going on for 400 years.
Yeah.
We're combating it with art and love. This is not malicious. This is not, you know, we want to let the world run by criminals. No, it's being run by criminals. They're criminals in military gear, and we've been paying for it at every level.
Yeah.
It's got to stop.
That's crazy. Shanda, you know, and Amber's referring to the militarization of the police, who are only going to protect that middle upper class white individual, right? And at the expense of all of our poor sisters and brothers of color across the country. And this, to me, and Shanda, do you agree? This is just going to have the opposite effect of what's being perceived by society these days, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, it is perceived. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah. They're looking at it from the standpoint of, they're protect and serve, and things are going to be better if we get more militarization, more rules, take more rights away of protest and free speech. That's what I'm getting at.
It's definitely a social economic, privilege to be able to say, well, who are you going to call when you get in a car accident and you need the police? Well, who are you going to call when somebody breaks into your house? Like I've said a billion times, when you're poor, you don't call the cops. You're the one that ends up going to damn jail.
It's a toss-up between the fire department and Ghostbusters for me, because the cops are the last ones that I'm going to call. But inevitably, you call the fire department, they're going to call an officer out on the scene.
Right, because we know that they respond too.
And it's kind of a club there. So,
Anybody who says to me, you can't defund the police because who are you going to call, has privilege.
Yeah, so you need help, but who do you call? And that's a frightening thing to even think of, because we were supposed to have this taken care of decades ago, yet we didn't. We threw a bazooka on some crazy shoulder to go out there, fix this, catch my dog, shoot the cat out of the tree, whatever it
take
takes.
the tank to get the kitty out of the tree.
Yeah, it's like, really? So again, this defund thing, I think that rhetoric, or the word is, it's probably harsh, but it is having some effect around the country.
I'm embracing it. Embracing it. People just don't get it when they come onto my Facebook page and they're like, get rid of the police. I'm like, where are you seeing get rid of?
Yeah.
Defund does not mean get rid of.
Yeah.
If that was the case, schools would have been gone a long time ago.
Come on, Amber.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, we don't call it out when they defund our health care. When we defund all of our social service nets. Yeah. And this is exactly what happened after 9/11, is this removal of rights and the beef up of military and the invasions and the militarized state. And it's been a complete failure. And it's happening at every single level. And so I'm just, every single one of you out there watching, listening, commenting, like, it is up to us to fix it. It is our problem. We allowed it to happen. We have to fix it.
I'm going to qualify this and say, with the paradigm, is that what you call it, a paradigm? If you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, you're going to fucking lose. And that's what we're doing. We're doing the same thing that we did back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And the 2000s, and now here we are at 2020. And we're doing the same thing not only with our law enforcement and our social safety nets, like you say, cut the social safety nets for food stamps and food banks and Social Security, militarize the police more and more and more and more. When is this going to stop? And how did they get their fingers into so many brains to rip the critical thinking skills out to where we can't deduce this as what's possibly and most assuredly, in my opinion, going to happen? I don't get it.
Corporate media?
Everybody can be retrained. It's not saying people are bad people. It's saying that a system is bad. It's a corrupt system.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that everybody in it is a bad person or doesn't deserve a living wage. It means they need a new job. They need to be retrained, like half the country.
Yeah, well, again, this is something we just can't work on one week and just take a vacation the next. We've got to keep pushing it forward. This is Farron Cousins. Is this Shanda? What is this one? This is Farron Cousins about Trump says his Supreme Court defeats are equal to being shot in the face.
Picking on Trumpy.
It's picking on Trumpy. Let's see what Farron has to say. A few seconds of this.
Supreme Court. He's actually had a couple of victories. One of those actually handed to Republicans and corporations by Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which was a bit of a shock. That one was a ruling on oil pipelines. But nevertheless, on some of the really, really big issues, transgender protections as well as protections for DACA recipients, the Dreamers, Donald Trump got absolutely demolished. And he made sure everybody knew that he got demolished because he tweeted out yesterday morning, "I don't think the Supreme Court likes me very much." And he was being humorous about it, but I guess he thought about it a little too much, ended up hurting his own feelings, and later in the day sent out this tweet. He said, "These horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts into the face of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives. We need more justices or we lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. So many crazy psychotic things that he said in that tweet. So let's slowly break it down for everybody. Obviously, the first one, shotgun blast into the face of conservatives. This particular part triggered a very strong reaction from the parents of children who have died in mass shootings.
Yeah. I mean, that's like your Karen McNuggets at McDonald's, right? Is that what it is? It's the same sort of thing. It's you know, I don't know. Amber, what do you make of this shit? More optics for the Trumpies?
Well, I'm personally really pissed about this pipeline.
I was just going to say the Dems have never met a pipeline they didn't fucking like.
Yeah.
I know. And you know what it's saving us? It's saving us 30 cents a BTU.
30 cents a BTU.
We're going to put a pipeline underneath the frickin' Appalachian Trail. It's going to go, and I'm curious about how all of our, Vermont friends on the chat are thinking, but this is going, the entire East Coast. It's going from Maine to Georgia. It's insane.
Well,
why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep letting this happen?
Is this the Trans-Pacific Pipeline? Is this?
It's called the Atlantic Coast Pipeline.
Oh,
well, we've got one coming this way too. That's going to come under the San Juan. So we're fighting.
One coming this
everywhere.
way. We've got one going through Colorado that's facing legal decisions. And why Ruth Bader Ginsburg thinks that this is acceptable, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Did she get paid off, or one of her grandchildren?
Well, no, I think they just look at the law. Like, is this legal? And that's what they're ruling on. They're not ruling on if it's ethical or if it's good or if it's enriching people. They're just like, well, legally, yeah, this can pass. And that is exactly why the Supreme Court decisions on both DACA and what we saw earlier this week, because they're basing it on law. So Trump is like, oh, they're picking on me. They hate me. No, they're interpreting the law, even though you appointed some of them, and they're telling you what the law is. Unfortunately, it screws us either way, Republican, Democrat.
So what's so bad about putting those pipelines in, ladies? And don't slap me. Come on, knock it off. I'm saying
get you.
Put the damn pipeline in and have it stumped out to each reservoir so that it just goes. Part of it goes in the water table right out of the gate, no matter how much they leak, right? And that's the good thing, right?
Or that it goes through sovereign land.
Sovereign land. That's it.
Yeah, and it just continues to show, that the health, again, it's a project that would lead to poor health conditions for a largely black community. Imagine that.
Imagine that. All the poor, we have food deserts. We're going to have water deserts now because of these pipelines. Isn't that what's going to happen?
Well, I think was it yesterday or the day before was the anniversary of that pipeline that exploded and caught on fire. I saw it somewhere in some feed, and I was just like, yeah, we never learn. Well,
meanwhile, what are they doing with the oceans? Are we going to have another Deep Star 6 ocean pipeline or drilling leak again? I mean, how many ways can we poke holes in Mother Earth before we actually do kill her, which, in fact, I think we have. She's just dying slowly. So how much
don't
more?
Get me started on our nuclear waste problems.
Oh, come on. Damn it.
Workforce at our reactors and how many, underreported issues, let alone the emergency stops and leaks that are happening because they now can't employ enough people because they're not making enough money because of COVID to maintain this. And we're seeing this over and over again. The EPA is just like, it's a free for all.
Yeah. Well,
do what you want. Chemicals in your drinking water.
Oh shit!
Causing childhood brain damage.
Damn it,
no
Amber!
Biggie. We don't have enough people to manage that right now.
Fluoride here, just pay us, and we'll put the fluoride in the water.
You two are just a couple of blonde tree huggers. I tell you, this. What the hell is wrong with you two? Come on, get in with a picture. Get bought off. Come on.
I know. If only I had a retirement account that afforded me to think differently.
Oh, but you
they
still
sold it from us in 2008.
Yeah, but
I never had one. I had student loan
I got mine
debt.
ripped off.
But you both know you're still going to die because of this shit. So what's the point? I mean, oh my God, yeah, I got the money.
If it's odorless and it's colorless, who cares?
Who cares? It's not going to interrupt my everyday life. It's not going to make me go blind or get cancer or anything like that. What the fuck? Why not? Shit. We can.
Who wants to have healthy
today, guys?
Who wants to have healthy children?
Oh my God! Yeah, we can still go to the movies and gather at sporting events. Oh, never mind. That's off the table right now, isn't it? Okay. We're so fucked. Okay, for some good news now. The first lady.
This is wonderful.
The first lady. Now, what is this? What is this, Shanda? You gave me all this shit this morning.
Okay, so Trump made Juneteenth famous, according to him, and so he has pushed his legal but maybe not so legal wife out there to just celebrate the day.
I love her accent. She's so poised and postured well in this. I want everybody, when I first...
I like the light chandelier, street lamp, gilded, whatever the hell those are.
Are those gold candlesticks that have been enlarged by some machine?
I think those are new.
Those are new? I really want to talk to their decorator because I think this is a little gauche. Anyway...
I think we're about to hear from her.
I think we are. Here we go. Melania. I love her accent.
My dear citizens, today we celebrate Juneteenth, the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the end of slavery in the United States. As our country works through the racial issues that we still face today, it is important to remember we are one global community. Let's all agree that any differences we have should be celebrated and learned from. Today, I will be thinking about my trip to Ghana in West Africa, where I was so moved to take a tour of the House of Slaves and step through the door of no return, a memorial to the Atlantic slave trade. My hope for everyone today is that by understanding and reflecting upon even the worst part of our country's past, we can commit to lifting each other up and celebrating the freedom we all deserve. In honor of today, I want to read a book, All Different Now, by Angela Johnson. It is a story of the first Juneteenth through the eyes of a little girl. God bless each of you, and God bless the United States of America. A June morning breeze off the port blew the smell of honeysuckle past the fields, across the yard, and into our room to wake us. And nobody knew as we ate a little.
Okay, I can't stand any more story time with Melania. Go ahead. I can't.
Thank God that now we know Trump is not a racist because Melania went to Africa and she talked with these people, and you can just put all that racism talk to bed because his mail order bride said so.
Was this a trip where she wore that I don't care shirt on the back?
Probably.
Oh my God. But the optics here are just so wonderful. You go from that Palestine kind of a look, and she's connecting with everybody she's doing, and then she opens up this wonderfully illustrated book. What the fuck?
And I'm sure it's a beautiful book.
Yeah,
it is a beautiful book.
It is. It's written beautifully. It's gorgeous. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The opening scene's the disturbing part to me. I honestly don't have a huge ton of criticism for her in general, besides probably feeling really sorry for her for having.
Nah, she's getting paid. She's happy.
Well, yeah, but that's not happiness.
No, we know that. But hypocrisy is just disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, she's in this for the long haul, apparently. Yeah. So I have empathy for that in anybody's case, whether they did it to themselves or not. But the gilded chandelier lampsticks, I can't get at them. Like, what the hell is that? What is that? That
I don't know the level of sincerity behind the message coming from a human being talking to this, but I had this image of Marie Antoinette leaning over the balcony saying, "Let them eat cake." At least that's the format that I got, and I don't want to beat up on Melania because we really don't hear that much from her.
I think the last time I had White House story time, it was George Bush on 9/11.
Was
so
that
at least that was in a goddamn classroom.
No, that was he was reading. What was he reading? My Pet Troll. No,
No, it was what the points of light.
the points of no, that was his daddy. No, that was his daddy. What the hell? Are you time warping me, Mandela lady? What's going on here?
Hard to tell them apart sometimes.
Oh
It's
my
one
God!
big scary blur.
I see tiny
New world
points of
order.
light of hope and change. Oh no, I'm juxtaposing Obama and George Bush Sr. I apologize. Sorry to all the Obama fans out there. Anyway, I think we. Okay, Melania, carry on. I don't know. What do we got up here next? I think we ran through. We got our Hollywood moment here. This is the Terry Crews thing that kind of went going the other day. Let's take a look at this real quick. I apologize for this. Terry Crews. This is Hollywood privilege strikes again.
Terry Crews, who I've always been a very big fan of, had some comments about Joe Biden's "You Ain't Black" moment and kind of the current racial political climate. I thought his comments were particularly interesting just as a very prominent black actor in America. So let's take a listen to what he said.
My thing was, what I said was defeating white supremacy without white people could create black supremacy. And this is what I'm talking about. My thing is, in the black race, in black America, we have gatekeepers. We have people who have decided that who is going to be black and who's not. And I, simply because I have a mixed race wife, have been discounted from the conversation a lot of times by very, very militant movements, Black Power movement. I've been called all kinds of things like an Uncle Tom, simply because I'm successful, simply because I worked my way out of Flint, Michigan. And the problem is, and this is the thing, the problem with that is that black people have different views. You know, it's funny because when you're white, you can be Republican, Libertarian, Democrat. You can be anything, but if you're black, you have to be one thing. Even Joe Biden said, hey man, you don't vote for me, you ain't even black.
Sorry about the sound explosion there. I hope I didn't deafen anybody. Amber's sitting, turn it down, my God, my head's ready to blow off, whatever. But Melania, I had to crank her up anyway. I just wanted to.
So quiet.
I don't know how to take this one from Terry. I think Terry's a good actor, like many of them. But I want to pay particular attention to the ladies here. Now, is that Marie Osmond down in the lower left or right corner there? And who's the blonde lady in the middle? But I think that what were we looking at here, Shanda, this morning? Is there Botox or something in there?
Oh my God! You put the
can't
combined
even-
collagen in their face.
Who the hell are they? I can't. If I
recognize
knew
them.
them in the past, I can't recognize them because they all have the same
Right.
jawline, nose, and chin.
That's because they have the same plastic surgeon,
Yeah.
right?
They all have
Yes.
the same plastic
Okay.
surgery.
I hate to make light of that, but
Don't know who that is.
This is a privileged actor who is making privileged statements on what is this a creative discussion? Amber, you're all about creative discussions. What, Shanda? What is this?
This is social economic, if you ask me. You know, you're right. There is. I mean, we see it even with Sagar, right? Sagar.
Oh, yeah.
fit
Sagar.
the mold for a typical Republican.
Yeah.
Why is he there? Because of his money.
Yeah.
And so once you have money, it does change your political views.
Yeah, it definitely does, and you know, in all fairness to Sagar, he's I believe he's stated that before. He came from a wealthy family, and you know that's where he's at there. And this is why Tucker Carlson is so prominent today. Back when he was on Crossfire with Bill Press and the rest of them, you know, why was this young guy on with all these, you know, these political sycophants from the era? Not Bill Press necessarily, but because he came from wealth. That's what propelled him into that. And he, like some of the
Cooper.
others, yeah, I mean, Anderson Cooper, you know, the rest of them, the Vanderbilts. So I guess to close this out, whether it's Hollywood or some privileged millionaire, Vanderbilts or whatever, what are we doing to ourselves even engaging in right now? I guess I'm being a hypocrite talking about this, except I want to take a view at this and figure out why I'm so screwed up on what I pay attention to and what I don't. Amber, what do you think? I don't know. What's wrong with me?
I think you're missing a pair of gold candlesticks.
Oh shit! I knew it. God, I'm gonna go to Amazon real quick, ladies. Can you hold on?
Overlord Bezos, please
Overlord-
deliver.
Lex
Mine
Luthor.
will show up and they'll be like 2 inches, you know, tiny little
Yeah.
Yeah.
replicas. They'll be like the new salt and pepper shaker. 2020, you know, what was that? The Swarovski Christmas crystal or whatever the hell.
Oh, Zavorsky crystals. Yeah, they got them in. They got them in clocks and in night lights and in vibrators and all that stuff. So I Zavorsky crystal. My sister.
I think Pelosi's got some on her mask too. That
Yeah,
one.
she did. She did. That pink mask with the little Zavorsky crystals on it. I mean, they're really great.
But this could be the new holiday ornament, is what I'm thinking.
I think you're right. I think it's great. I expected to see some Christmas trees behind all these people.
Yeah, it is very Imelda Marcos.
Aw, you guys are so optimistic, thinking we're going to make it to Christmas.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can't.
Everybody start whittling your little spoons now.
Oh God, this is going to be a real traditional Christmas. I'm going to go out and cut little branches off the trees and make ornaments out of them because guess what? You're not going to be able to buy them from China, and you don't have the money to buy them in the first place. So you don't have a goddamn job. So like Jimmy says, let's just watch the show anyway. You know. So
we have to make spoons to eat our porridge because we're gonna have to sell Grandma Silver.
Porridge, isn't that the
if
three?
you have a grandma with silver.
Is that the three bears? Yeah, silver and is silver up or down or what does it matter anymore?
Silver's actually up right now.
Yeah, silver's. God, you would
There's
be
a shortage because people are buying it all up.
What are they doing? Melting it down and putting it into their teeth?
No, they're saving it for the apocalypse, so they have something to barter with.
Yeah, but bartering for silver in the apocalypse, you know, what are you going to barter for? A burger?
How many bullion can you fit in your backpack when your bug out bag time comes?
Yeah. Let's eat.
Heavier than you think.
I really think that the rich are going to be on the menu. It's going to be eat the rich. I mean, there is.
What did I read last night too? That they're going to print platinum bullion coins or some bullshit to pay for our next stimulus, where they give us a $2,000 travel fund. Our travel.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
And then our $1,000 a month UBI, and we're all supposed to just shut the hell up and pacify this craziness while the wealth machine keeps churning out more trillionaires.
We were talking about it yesterday. 29. That's going to be one of the ways that Trump is going to buy the election. He's literally, at the way the polls are now, if you can believe they're bullshit polls, and I think the trending is they do make some sense. I'm still saying Trump's going to come out victorious, but the only way he's... The only way I think that he's going to really get it nailed down is by buying his votes, and that will be with a see the country $4,000
with our tax dollars.
Without making it a crass. It's going to be a check. He's going to get money. He's going to get money and free stuff for everybody. That's how I believe he's going to buy it. And Amber, you might not agree with that, but what do you think?
Well, I think he had it in the bag to begin with, and it's only his to screw up. So
yeah, and this new book that Bolton just dropped, the one thing that he says consistent throughout the whole book is Trump is completely focused on re-election, has been since day one. Everything he does is thinking, will this help me get reelected? So I'm not counting him out right now.
Well, I want to know where Giuliani is in all this. He's awfully quiet.
He's locked in the basement.
Here, let me get my tissue. Giuliani, I got to wipe my mouth off.
I think they told him to shut up because he was causing too much strife.
Oh, yeah.
Problem for Trump. So they were just like, nah, you got to back off for a while.
Doesn't he still have a podcast? I mean, I could stomach 20 minutes of him, and then I'll kill myself listening to Nina Turner's podcast.
It's the Dershowitz.
Dershowitz report.
Yeah, the Dershowitz report.
What is he hanging out with Epstein's lawyer?
Oh, for God's sake! I don't think that's
they're
healthy.
Both Trump lawyer, right?
I know. They're all the same.
Well, you win some and you lose some. What can I say?
I know. I'm just curious if old Billy Shakes is going to be carrying on that legacy because they got to fill somebody in that role.
Shit. Rahm Emanuel, hands down. He's my vote. So.
Yeah, Rahm.
Or Podesta's awfully quiet. Come on.
Yeah, Podesta's quiet.
I think very quiet.
Well, he's spooning with David Brock right now, so I don't know what's going on. Whatever.
Totally.
What? Oh, God, that's a horrible visual. Anyway,
it is.
Sorry. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
How are we doing out there?
Yeah, I mean, we need to get drunk.
Oh,
can somebody...
Foxfire Books, shout out. That was my, 5th grade reading, self-taught reading when I transitioned from, Sweet Valley High to Michael Crichton.
Michael Crichton.
Had a small series of Foxfire books in the middle in elementary school. Shout out there.
I'm still recovering.
I've probably been banned by now.
I'm still recovering for the Turanian novels with the razor blades going up the backs. Those really turned me on. So,
Never went there, Oz.
You know,
Yeah.
God, you know, and Shannon and I were talking about L. Ron Hubbard today. You know what a brilliant writer but how everything, you know, with the what is that Tom Cruise?
The volcano exploded around him.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. It's just like Hare Krishna, whatever.
Well, if you guys want more literary talk, we can talk more tonight on Brave New Future.
Yeah, and it'll be serious literary talk. It won't be this shit that Oz pulls out of his ear or other places. So,
But these are all good, you know.
I know, they're
All good. Summer reading list. Time to get that ready.
can I bring
Not with Amy. No story time with Amy. Oh
your
God,
story
no.
time with Amy? I think that
give me nightmares for the
Oh,
weekend.
shit. I think I'm running out of stuff here. Let's finish it off.
Oh
with-
yeah, let's do this one.
Yeah, let's do I want everybody.
Oh, right on topic. I love it.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our billionaires are happy, and what makes them happy is it more billionaires? Let's see.
Well, as the country continues to burn and 1.5 million people file for additional unemployment, we have some good news to report to all of you, which is that the wealth of American billionaires has skyrocketed by 20%, or 584 billion since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. And that in the last 3 months, the U.S. has added actually more billionaires, as 44 million people filed for unemployment in that period. I think that's the most important part, which is that, look, I mean, whenever you have ultra high net worth individuals whose wealth is like pegged particularly to stock, I think a huge part of that is actually worth to Jeff Bezos. You can say, oh, you're cherry picking, but actually the fact that there were more added just goes to show you about the stock market economy and about the way that it works that particular way and how disconnected it can seem from the everyday reality that so many others have.
29
Yeah.
new billionaires. Congratulations.
Yes,
If
congrats
you are
on
one
that.
of them, congratulations on your new expanded wealth.
Thank you.
No, I mean, it shows how disconnected the lives of the very, very wealthy, powerful elite are from the lives of everybody else. And we also saw, and we covered this yesterday, which, Dad, I think is also really important to understanding the structure of our economy, how the wealthy cut back their spending. And that is actually what triggered a lot of the job loss because no one else has any money to spend to start with. So they can't cut back because they're already up against the wall and spending everything they have on just the essentials of like rent and food and survival. So you can't really cut back on that. When the wealthy cut back, because our whole economy is structured around the plutocrats, this whole plutonomy is structured around them, that is actually what triggered a lot of the job loss and the service sector recession that we have in fact seen. This also caught my eye and the internet's eye, just to give you a little bit of an inside look at how the pandemic has been going for the wealthiest among us. There was a column in the Financial Times by a wealthy writer, Shruti Advani, who was talking about her luxury lockdown. Few choice excerpts here. This is how she found ways to cope with the stress of having to be in her home with her own children. One way was Sagar by trebling their usual order from Freddie Flowers' delivery service. It's the obvious place to start. She takes comfort in knowing that over the past few months, staff, house guests, and my children's online teachers may have seen or heard some bizarre things, but it's always been against the backdrop of a tidy room with fresh flowers. You know,
Okay, tidy room with fresh flowers. That's the concern there. I'm so glad that Trudy's got that taken care of. What?
I'd like to frame in my fresh flowers for your help in understanding our often disturbing comments. The helpless plant helps shield you from the negativity of life.
Oh God, come on, Guru Amber. What the hell is? I kill those things. What is that? Is that an orchid or what?
Yes.
Yeah, I kill those too.
Yeah, I kill them. I overwater them and I rot them off at the neck. Isn't that brutal? Aren't you? Is everybody happy? Making sure the billionaires are taken care of, and we're
29 new billionaires, and it only cost us 40 million jobs. We did it.
Yeah, come on, everybody. Let's just
America.
Yeah, America.
Yeah.
America. So I think one of the points in that was really clear to me is the billionaires stop spending money, thus helping tank the economy even more.
Yep.
Is that correct? Did I get that?
We don't have any money to spend.
No, we don't. We don't. So our economic engine is based on what? Millionaires?
Wealth breeds
Not us.
wealth.
Wealth breeds wealth. Okay. Well, do you think that's what they originally planned, how to do it in the first place, or am I just being
Yes.
naive? This is
Think about. Talk to me on Monday. Let me
Yeah.
think about that over this solar charged weekend. Let me see.
Yeah, I think I'm going to retrograde in my chair right here. So it's like, anyway, it's going to be a wild weekend, everybody. I just, I'm glad we touched on that. We want to make sure we give our billionaires a platform, so.
May you all have fresh flowers against your backdrop of
And
insane
silk
comments.
pajamas. We left that part out, but she wears silk pajamas for her Zoom meeting.
God.
Oh, and don't forget the shutting down the ice cream to Pelosi pipeline.
Oh, for the love of God.
Go
Stop the madness.
Go support your down ballot progressive candidates and watch out for the co-opting of the term progressive.
God, you two are a couple of smart asses. I don't know about you smarmy women coming on these shows and just being so sarcastic. Ugh.
You know.
Being
Thank
sarcastic.
you.
I want silk
Thank
pajamas
you.
to do Zoom meetings in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I got dressed today. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
God, yeah, I shaved my pits this morning, and I don't know my, not my armpits,
there.
not my armpits. It's Joey's. She plants these things. We have moringa seeds that we're going to plant, Amber. I think.
Oh, awesome!
We got a whole
That's one of my.
bunch of them.
It's one of my favorite herbs.
Yeah, and I hope they grow, but I'm hoping they're kind of like these big Venus flytraps that when you walk by, they just kind of grab you. And what a way to go out.
Dissolve tumors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Suicide made easy. Anyway, thank you, ladies. It's been fun today, and Oz has been particularly stupid. Thank you, Oz. So what do we got?
Thank you to everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
following us along,
yeah.
having fun with us.
Yeah, it's crazy freak out.
Freak
Fucked
out
up Friday.
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 I just want to direct people to the Poor People's Campaign. Go to june2020.org. Get signed up. It's a virtual online event that's going to happen tomorrow. And they need our support, guys. So let's get out there. And remember, ain't no power like the power of the people. Get your
Ain't
butts in the
no
streets.
power
Yep.
high enough.
Play in the dirt.
Yeah.
Boost your immune system.
Yeah.
Have some herbs. I got an amazing delivery of a giant bag of Alaskan chaga. Woo, baby.
Chowder.
Getting fun.
What is it?
Chaga mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms. God, don't
what
show
is
those to
chaga?
Joel.
Well, technically it's a barkish mushroom. It grows on birch trees and is very medicinal.
Right on.
A very kind of coffee substitute-ish. So you can go out, roast your dandelion roots, because I know they're in full bloom, or you can save a few for the bees, or, do something good for the planet this weekend. I know in Seattle it's about to start raining, but, we're going to go shut down some ports and have fun with go get myself on that list with Seattle PD, because I'm sure I'm not already.
You're already on some lists. I can tell you that, Am.
Yeah, get your pepper spray eye wash ready.
Hopefully I'm on the candidate list. So anyway, go support your down ballot candidates.
Yeah. So what you got a show tonight, don't you? Amber?
Yeah.
What are you focusing on tonight?
The usual conspiracy theories. What's going on around in the world? What has been happening that's not been happening, that gets changed around and co-opted and moved. So the huge books, summer reading list. I think that's going to be a good focus as I try and get my teen and tween to read actual books. Help me.
Help me.
They're like, you're so old.
What's Franklin reading these days?
Kombucha book and a lot of online manuals on studio equipment.
Kombucha book, which is okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, anyway, tomorrow, in place of No Joke, and I know you're all sorry to hear that they're out ill this week. They'll be back next week, hopefully. They have a great show. We're going to come on and we're going to try and bang another one out, and maybe I'll be funny. But Shanda, like I said, she's going to have it all formatted. It's going to be Shanda's show, so we can blame her. I mean, we can
Okay.
make sure she's credited with that show.
You're on notice now, Shanda.
You are on notice.
Thank
We
you.
got you. Anyway, we're going to go out with Where's My Mind? And this is by Alex Melo, a young lady who does a lot of cool covers. And I guess is the name of her group the Pixies? I don't know. Is that
It was the original by the Pixies.
Oh, it was by the Pixies. Okay,
yes.
so okay,
one of my
so-
favorite songs on the planet.
Yes,
Okay,
I love this song.
Where is my mind? I will look for it this
Where is it?
afternoon, and hopefully I won't find it again. Bye, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.